Hey, I am back. I'm back. Did you miss me? I hope you did. Well, I'm going to talk about my misdiagnosis today, and like give you like how that actually impacted me. Like tell you a story of how that was like really a big deal about being misdiagnosed. Um, but before we get into all the good, juicy stuff, what do you need to do for me and for you, is please hit the subscribe or wherever it may be. Like, give me a thumbs up, I love the thumbs up. And comment, like, talk to me. Because I want to talk to you. Like, I like to talk. I love to talk. And I love to listen. So, yeah, comment, please. Give me feedback. If there's anything you want to know, if you want advice, like comment and we can talk. And then you gotta hit that notification bell. And guess what? Share. Share my content. Please share. And why? Let's say it together. Because sharing is caring. I'm gonna drum that into you guys like so hard that you wake up in the morning and you be like, sharing is caring, sharing is caring, sharing is caring. Yeah, sharing is caring. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I'm sorry. Not sorry. Sharing is caring. Right, let's get into misdiagnosis. Now, things were going like bad. Like they were starting to get worse and worse and worse. Like, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So, like, the main thing for me was I would have other stuff happening, but as the time of the month would come, like it would just be like it would be so high. Like, you'll be like, let me tap out. Um, but no, you was always tapped in. No tapping out for you. And I believe that this started from when I was like 60, I said about 15, 16 is when like my periods and that was heavy and they were really painful. But the answer to that was, let's give you some contraceptives and that will just fix everything. Now, I believe that just like ramped it up. Like, no one is going to tell me any different. I believe that was the added factor and just made things 10 times worse over the years. Like, I started off with the depot injection, I believe that's what it was called. And that just, that was a nightmare. Like, I would eat so much and just my brain wouldn't be like, you full, like just stop, just you're full now. Like it just wasn't connecting. um Even then bleeding heavy as well, heavier than normal. The backaches, and I feel like that was like, that's when it's really like it was this turning point. Like that was an extra, just like, oh, you having some pain, here's some more, boo boo. So I feel like that was like on the medication train or whatever, just extra stuff going into my body that just wasn't helping. I feel that that was just adding to the nightmare that was happening inside. Um, so I was, like I said, like every time of the month it would be like weird. I would get really bad stomach aches. I would sometimes throw up, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. Like, what is this? Like, I don't get it. Anyway, so I went to the doctors, and now she's a woman, so you'd feel like you've got something in common. Hey, we both got boobies. Like, guess what? And we have vaginas too. So we must have like something in common. Like you should be able to relate, and understand me. But like 100% no. Now, I'm not a slim girl, like, no. And like, that's what she made was her forefront was, it must be your weight. Your weight is the issue. 100%. And I'm like, I know I'm not slim. No, I got ass for days and I love it. But I've got ass for days, like I got belly too. Like I got it. I embrace it. Took me a while to get here, but I'm here. I loves me. Okay. And I'm like, it has to be more than that. It can't just be that. Like I've never known someone to be classed as overweight and to be going through what I'm going through. It doesn't make sense. But she was adamant that that's basically what it was. And then we went back and forth in the doctor's office, and I'm like, no, it can't be. And she's like, oh. Then she came up with asking a question about like, what do I eat? And I'm like, I love salad, I love vegetables, I love fruit. Like, give me that. I love those things. I'm like, so it can't be like 100% of what I'm eating. Like, yeah, of course I do eat processed stuff as well and fizzy drinks and whatever. But I was like, that's not like my main source of food. Like, it's not. I eat a range of things. And then she came to the conclusion that I must have irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. I'd never heard of it. So she explained to me like it's about like certain things, excuse me, certain things that you eat can irritate your bowel, and this is what's causing the issues that I'm having. So I'm like, okay, this maybe she's right. Okay, cool. Let's go with this. So she gave me some tablets for IBS, and she also talking about like Buscopan cramps. Yeah, talking about that as well. And I was like, okay, cool, right. So now I'm convinced. Okay, this is what I have. She's told me, she's a doctor, she knows what we're talking about. Now, she also did, this is a thing where I wish to this day that I'd actually made a complaint about her. She sent me like a print off in the post. I think it also came like maybe a week later of me, like different things of like, you can get like the gastric band and the gastric sleeve and all of these kind of things. And I'm like, we just had a conversation that I'm telling you that my weight has got nothing to do with what is going on with me right now. But then you're sending me this stuff in the post, but you couldn't say it with your chest, yeah, in the doctor's office, but you want to send it to me on the sly once I've left. Now, I wish I'd actually put in a complaint to this day. I wish I had, but it's what it is. She was wrong, and I'll tell you why she was wrong. So, I was now, anytime I would have a flare up, which was very often, I was then taking these tablets for irritable bowel syndrome, and I was popping them like they were Tic Tacs. And I'm like, why is it everybody else that has irritable bowel syndrome, it works for them? Like, why is it not working for me? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. And I'm getting so frustrated. And when I mean like, I exceeded what it said on the packet. Like, if it says like make sure you only take like 4 in a day or whatever it was. Like, I was going through them like I was chewing gum. Yeah, like popping them. And I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Why it's not working? Anyway, but I'm convinced because she's convinced me. She's a doctor. She has a doctor having degree. She knows. Cool. So I'm telling everyone and their grandson, I've got IBS. Right? I am singing this from the hilltop. I've got IBS. Yeah. Anyway, so this is where it gets like peak. So I hadn't seen my friend in a while, and we decided that we were going to go to the O2. Now, if you're not from London, then it's a place in London that's got like restaurants in it, bars, cinema, you name it, all under one roof. And we went there and we decided we we're going to have a meal. Now, I used to love Oreo milkshakes. Like, they were my zhuzh. Like, me and Oreos, ooh, baby. I love them, like completely love them. And I decided I was going to have Oreo milkshake, and I think did I have like, I obviously had like chips, and I think I had is it burger or something? I don't know. All I know is I went in because we hadn't seen each other for ages, hadn't gone out and had a meal for a time, and I was like, okay, right, I'm going all out today. Plus, it was my time of the month, right? Okay. So at first I was feeling a bit like, oh, I don't want to go, but I want to see her because I haven't seen her in ages. We have fun. Let's meet up. So eating the meal, drinking my own milkshake. I think I had two, and I was loving it. I was like, oh my god, this is so great. Yeah, 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 yeah. And then literally I'm sitting there and this wave comes over me, and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And then it was like someone was inside my stomach, clawing, scratching from the inside. And I'm like, wow, oh my God, I feel like crap, feel like crap, oh my God, feel like crap, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And it's like, my brain was like, pain, 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 pain. But it was like, there was like this haze over me. It was like my body was going through the motions, but I couldn't comprehend what's going on. I was just like, you know what, we need to get out of here. Like, I need to go home. 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 So then I undone my jeans, because like at this point in time now, my stomach is like screaming bloody murder, right? So then we're starting to walk to the exit, and I was like, yeah, I think I need to call my mum to come and get me. Anyways, as I walk into the exit now, I'm like, oh my God, no, I need to go to the toilet. Like, I need to go, like, now. Now, when I mean I couldn't walk, right? The cramp was so bad, I was like shuffling. Like, this is how bad it's getting right now. All I want to do is crawl up into a ball and just blink and wish my way home. Like, it was so bad. And then all the toilets seemed to be like upstairs. I was like, I can't walk up no stairs. And it was like, the other toilet was far. And I was like to my friend, I just need to get to the toilet. And we managed to make it to the disabled toilet. That's the one I could get into. And I remember, it's going to get graphic now, guys. I remember there was a paper bag on the floor, like the bin was overflowing. There was a paper bag on the floor, and I had to actually sit on the toilet. And when I mean, it was both ends. I threw up into this paper bag, right? And it was one of those paper bags with a handle, and it probably was like about, I suppose, like this big, this wide, and I filled that. And my throat was so thick, I could actually have probably knitted a jumper, like, no word of a lie. Now this, and I'm in a public toilet, having to sit down, and it's coming out of both ends of mine, and I can't say to my friend, because it's coming out, I can't say nothing. She's just having to stand outside and wait for me. And at the same point in time, like, my mum's calling, like, where are you, whatever. I honestly thought that day it was a wrap for me. I honestly thought, it's over, it's done, it's a wrap. And remember, I think that I've got irritable bowel syndrome. Okay? Endometriosis, what's that? Like, that was not even a thing. I'm there strong in it. I'm like, yes, I have IBS, mate, and this is what IBS is doing to me. I remember I finally managed to get out, and to this day I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry to the cleaner, whoever has to come behind and clean up, because the bin in there was absolutely heaving. And I literally just had to leave the bag there. I was like, there's nowhere I can put the bag. Like, and I was riddled with guilt because I had to leave that there. Like, forget what I'm going through. I'm feeling like, oh my god, I've got to leave this here for someone. They're gonna have to find this. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Couldn't do my jeans up. I literally had to just like hoist them up, pull my coat down so you couldn't see that my jeans couldn't do up. And I had the slowest walk from that toilet to the exit to my mum, and she couldn't find me because like up there, realistically, cars is not really a thing. It's more like public transport. And I remember her calling and I was like, I'm trying to come out as fast as I possibly can because I don't need to get a ticket or whatever. And when I'm getting out there, like my friend's face was literally just like, oh my god. I could see how bad she felt for me. And I was so drained, I could just about say bye. And getting in the car was like someone, just the fact of having to like fold my legs and my stomach, it was like 10,000 people were all literally like, oh, let's have a go. Bang, 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 bang. Oh, no. This is the only way I can describe like how bad it was. And I'm driving in London, they have to have these stupid freaking humps. Every hump she went over, like I felt like I was losing the will to live. Like it was so bad. I was like, Mum, please, I'm begging you. I want to get home, but I don't want to go over the humps. Like, can you take your time, please? Like, oh my, just, it was bad. And remember, I'm still thinking I have IBS. So I'm taking these medications for IBS and they're doing absolutely nothing. Like nada. Now, I went through a few years of that. Okay? And every time it got worse. It got worse. Okay? And I can't believe that this woman just was like, yeah, you've got IBS, didn't send me for no test, nothing. Nothing. Just was happy to be like, it's because you're overweight and it has to be to do with the food that you're eating and that's what's irritating your gut. You've got gut irritation. That's what it is. Right. I can't believe it. But yeah, that was an absolute, it was a nightmare. And when I look back and I think to myself, I'm here to tell the tale because a lot of people would have just been like, you know what? I give up. And to be honest, I don't blame them because I don't know how I managed to get through that. Like, me in public toilets, I don't like them, but I'm having to sit my butt on a public toilet and not even have a chance to be like, oh, well, let me, clean it or whatever. I just had to just go with it and then pick up a random freaking bag, like, and throw up in it and fill it up and leave that for somebody else to have to find because there was no one around to be like, oh, by the way, this has happened. Like, yeah, that was a lot. And that's one story out of many, okay? Out of many. And I remember when I realized that I had endometriosis, I got the correct diagnosis. And I said to my friend, I was like, do you remember that time? And she was like, I remember that like it was yesterday. She's like, I remember like yesterday. And she's like, I saw firsthand, so I understand wholeheartedly if you're like, No, I'm good, you know. I don't want to, I don't fancy going out like, oh, I'll cancel plans at the last minute. It's just like, I get it. I experienced it. I get it. But that was my misdiagnosis story. And yeah, there's more to come. There's more to come. It's been hell of a ride. It's been one hell of a ride. So, what you guys need to do? You need to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and guess what? You need to share, because what? Sharing is caring. And I'll be back with some more interesting endo stories and some tips, some coaching tips. Like, they're coming. It's coming. Bye.